Hey friend, it is officially 2021 and it is time to set your New Year's resolutions and create a system and a plan that allows you to actually achieve your goals in 2021. I'm going to break out these New Year's resolutions into 3 different categories, including financial, personal development, and intentional living. In each category, I'm going to give you guys 5 resolutions, and then within those resolutions, I'm going to attach some actual actionable goals. And then next week, I am actually posting a plan with me for 2021 video if you're interested in seeing how I plan my goals for the new year and how I put them into practice to make sure that I actually achieve them. If you're interested in seeing that video, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you do not miss that upload next Tuesday. Please give this video a like if you enjoy it. Now let's get into it. Starting with financial New Year's resolutions, and this could look like spending less money on things that aren't necessary. And then some goals for this New Year's resolution could look like I will have 6 months of not spending any money on things that I don't need. So 6 no-buy months where I only spend money on things that I deem as necessity. Or another goal could be I won't shop at any department stores like Target or Home Goods or TJ Maxx. And I actually implemented this one at the end of 2020 and it saved me tons of money. I'm that kind of person that goes into a department store and gets really excited and wants to buy everything that is in my line of sight. And then another goal that you could implement that is actually something I think is valuable to have just on an everyday basis before you purchase an item from any store. That is to wait 24 hours before you make a purchase on any item that you don't consider a necessity. The second New Year's resolution that I have for you guys under financial is I will save more of my hard-earned money. For this plan, it is critical to have an actual plan in place if you're trying to reach a specific amount, like dollar amount, for your savings goal. And the reason why you want to have a plan is to make sure that it's actually realistic for the amount of income that you're bringing in. So an example goal for this one would be you want to save $20,000 by the end of the year so that you have enough money for a down payment on a home. To actually accomplish this goal, make sure it's feasible for you to put away every single month around $1,700 so that you can actually tick off that $20,000 savings goal. The third New Year's resolution could be paying off any outstanding debt. For me, I have about $13,381 of student loan debt, and one of my resolutions is to pay off half of that amount and then pay off the rest of my student loans completely next year. So for me, that looks like paying off around $6,690, and that means I have to pay $560 a month roughly, because I also have to take into account how much interest is going to be added throughout the year. I will stick to my budget this year and practice spending my money more intentionally. And a really good goal for this one could look like having a strict grocery list before you go grocery shopping. Another one is fill out and evaluate your budget sheet at the end of every week so it's top of mind, and also evaluating it at the end of every single month and making adjustments where you need to. And a great way to make sure that you're sticking to your budget is constantly remind yourself of your end goal so that you can constantly remind yourself that there's a reason for you not spending that money so that you can keep up that motivation to be strict around your budget. And the 5th and final New Year's resolution for financials is to improve your financial intelligence. And a goal for this could look like reading a book a quarter that is dedicated to personal finance or any sort of financial investment books that you might be interested in. Another great goal could be listening to a podcast every week. Justin has a few favorites that he's shared with me, and that is the Bigger Pockets Daily Podcast, Millennial Money, and The Motley Fool. And another goal for this one could be, in my opinion, more fun than the other ones, which is to actually get hands-on and start experimenting and building your own passive income streams. If you set the intention this year to just start learning and building a passive income stream, by the end of the year, you're going to thank yourself so much because you're going to be so much further along in your personal financial journey than you would be if you were just reading books or listening to podcasts. I believe most people learn way quicker and way easier when they are hands-on with whatever they're trying to learn and master. Going into my New Year's resolution ideas for personal development. So a resolution you might have in personal development could look like letting go of limiting beliefs. So if you're not really sure what limiting beliefs are, they are beliefs that aren't necessarily true, but have come up because we've been in situations that cause us to believe that they are true. And that sort of thought pattern can be very disruptive for personal growth. That can look like not feeling like you're worthy for being an entrepreneur and growing your business or a successful business. Or it could look like you aren't competent enough or qualified enough to apply for that job that you really want or apply for that position within your company. It can also look like you're going to be single forever, having that sort of limiting belief because you've always gone through terrible relationships. Limiting beliefs keep us small and they make us settle for things that we believe we deserve but don't actually truly make us happy. Or they don't actually make us as happy as we could be. Maybe we're content, but there's more to it. One thing that I learned from an e-learning course, that if you really want to let go of a limiting belief, you must first acknowledge that it's even there. A lot of us go through day in, day out, not really realizing what limiting beliefs we have and what is holding us back. So work on noticing and acknowledging what pops up for you throughout like the course of a month or a week or a day. Just kind of pay attention. And then once you acknowledge that belief, you want to thank your ego and yourself for protecting you from going through another traumatizing event, going through another feeling of not being good enough or whatever it may be that is the reason why you have that limiting belief in the first place. And then you want to finally let go of that belief, but you want to really feel into letting it go. And you want to do that over and over again until you actually connect. You'll feel like you actually let it go. But to put this in terms of goal, you can maybe make a huge list of all the limiting beliefs that pop up for you over the course of a month. And then each month throughout the year, or however long you want to take, focus on one specific limiting belief at a time until you let that go completely and then move on to the next. And then something that I added to it last year that I found worked for me was to start taking small steps and actions that basically prove that limiting belief wrong. If you're scared to present at your company and you feel like you're just not a good presenter and you can't compose yourself that well, you can start slowly by raising your hand in meetings and asking questions. And it kind of forces you to get out of that comfort zone that your ego is telling you to be in, where you don't express your opinion and you stay silent. And then the second New Year's resolution is I will spend more time building a positive mindset. And a goal for this one could be growing your confidence in yourself by always following through with what you say you're going to accomplish. Always checking off your to-dos, always making sure that they are easy to get through, because confidence is built up when you start to trust your word and you start to not betray yourself by not following through with something or flaking out or just kind of making excuses not to complete whatever you wanted to complete that day. Another one could be meditating every single morning if that's something that interests you. Meditation can really help with clearing your thoughts and any kind of negative energy so that you start the day refreshed and you don't have the weight of the previous day on your shoulders weighing you down. And then a goal that I'm actually trying to work on too this year is to start hanging out with people that are more inspiring, that are motivating, that are optimistic, rather than hanging out with people that are more pessimistic or negative. And if you don't know anyone in person that you can start hanging out with like once a week, as an example, then try going and joining some online Facebook groups. There are some really cool people out there online, and getting to connect with people in different countries or different cultures is a really great way to not only expand your worldview, but to also find some like like-minded people and find people that have the same values as you. We are so highly influenced by the people that we're around. Like, think about it. If you're around somebody that is kind of a negative Nancy and is always stressed out about their day, always complaining or talking badly about other people, we tend to want to fit in and be on common ground. That's just human nature. We want to be able to understand that other person. So we start to kind of act the same way. But if you surround yourself with people that are going after their dreams, that are excited about the day, then you're more likely to have their energy rub off on you and you start to feel like, dang, I really need to go after my dreams too. Also, if you guys are interested in chatting with me at any point in time, feel welcome to message me on Instagram. I actually really love talking with you guys. Even if you just want to say hello, feel welcome to find me on Instagram. My handle is @ReneeEveryday. I will check in with myself more often. Oftentimes we forget to kind of just check in with ourselves to see how we're feeling, what we're doing. Are we doing something that's actually propelling us forward to our goals, or are we more so in the spiral of social media scrolling or whatever it is we may be doing that we don't want to be doing? So something that you can do to actually make sure this happens for you in 2021 is to set an alarm on your phone that reminds yourself to check in with yourself, like every hour or just at the same time every single day, maybe midway through your day, like at noon. Another goal that you can have for checking in with yourself would be to journal every morning or every night, whatever works better for you, where you kind of let all of your thoughts on paper. It brings them into existence and you can then evaluate how you're feeling, what your day looked like, and move forward from there. Number 4, I will dedicate myself to holistic self-improvement. So that means mind, body, and soul. So for this one, it could look like reading a personal development book once a quarter. For me, I really enjoyed reading Stop Checking Your Likes by Susie Moore, 6 Months to Six Figures by Peter Voogd. I'm not saying that correctly and I'm so sorry. And then The Universe Has Your Back by Gabrielle Bernstein. Another goal that you can have is to find an online program, one that I've really enjoyed. It's very much focused on entrepreneurs that are trying to build a business, but it is Shift 365. It's by Scott Oldford and Libby Crow. I haven't gotten all the way through it because I started it in June, but it is a really good course so far and I've been really enjoying it. For movement, if you are having a hard time getting into working out again, one thing that I found really helpful to get back into working out consistently is to do a free program or take a class, like an in-person class. But because last year a lot of places were closed, I didn't want to start a new class. I'm sure many of you did this as well, but I turned to at-home workouts and I did at-home programs like Chloe Ting's 2-week Shred It challenge. And I actually have a video on this YouTube channel with me struggling through that 2-week challenge. So if you're interested in watching that, you can feel welcome to go watch it. But it whooped my butt right back into shape and it got me just going, because having that program kind of gamified it a little bit to see how far I could go. So it was more interesting, it was more fun, and it held me a little bit more accountable versus just trying to come up with my own at-home workouts. And then the last goal for this one would be teaching yourself a new skill. Whatever you've been interested in learning, it could be maybe website development or coding or anything like that. Find YouTube videos online, courses online. There's a ton out there, books. Just find something and focus on learning one new skill this year. And then the final New Year's resolution under personal development is to be committed to getting clear on your purpose and the path that you want to take. This is especially true if you struggle with not enjoying your job right now and you feel kind of lost. Figure out and explore what makes you happy, and you might be surprised. It takes that one small step, that first step. Just acknowledge that there's something going on, making the commitment to yourself that you're going to figure out where you want to go next and what your next step is. Change is scary, but sometimes if you're feeling like you are unfulfilled in your life and you're not happy, making that change and feeling that slight discomfort can make a world of difference when you're going after a life that you love and a life that excites you. So a goal for this one could look like trying 5 new things this year. That could be a new skill, a class, a side hustle, just something to explore that you think you would enjoy doing. Next, we're gonna go into New Year's resolution ideas for intentional living. And the first one here is I will surround myself with people that are motivating, inspiring, and uplifting. Carve out some time to evaluate your friendships. The 5 people that you spend the most time with, are they uplifting? Are they motivating? Do they believe in you? Do they understand your goals? Are you able to talk to them about your goals? Do you feel comfortable around them? And if you don't feel that way, a goal that you could set is to reach out to 3 people through a Facebook group and try to get to know them, try to make friends with them. Or if you don't want to do it on Facebook, maybe you can DM 3 people through Instagram, maybe people that stand out to you. This is honestly something that I'm going to implement in the next year, and I am terrified to do so because I am more of an introvert, but it is so important to get out of your comfort zone. And if being around people that are uplifting or getting to know people that are more motivating or ahead of you is a way to actually improve and grow in your life, I think that's worth more than that temporary discomfort that you're going to feel from that initial reach out. Worst thing they can say is no or not respond, and it doesn't really affect you. Another one is getting out of your comfort zone to go to a class if classes are open around you. I know it's kind of a weird time right now. Things are kind of on lockdown, kind of not, so it depends on your area. If you're able to join any classes or in-person workshops, maybe try to sign up for a couple this year. This is honestly a great way to meet people that are like-minded and have the same interests as you. The second New Year's resolution that you could implement in 2021 is to declutter your life. As a society, we hold our things and our possessions on such a pedestal. Our things can give us status. They can make people see us a certain way. And I'm not saying that everybody does this, but I personally did this when I wasn't a minimalist and I was trying to fit in with society standards. But sometimes we get carried away with spending our hard-earned money on things that we don't need or ever use or have no purpose or value or enhance our life in any way. And then these items start to collect around us and we start to feel a little bit overwhelmed. Decluttering the things that you own and really evaluating what your possessions mean to you, it helps you to feel more in control over your space. It can be really useful if you feel like you're in a cluttered home and you're always getting anxious or you feel like it takes too much time to clean. Having less things can really help with anxiety in cleaning your home or being in your home so that you can make it your space again, one that feels right to you and inspiring to be in. But a goal that you can have is to create zones in your house, and then every single month or every single week, however long that you want to take to declutter a zone in your house, like your bedroom is a zone, your closet is a zone, your bathrooms are a zone, your living room's a zone, that sort of thing. However long you feel that you need to make that space your own and to declutter it and take the time to actually go through, that can be a great goal to implement this year. Another great New Year's resolution could be slowing down and spending more time in the present. And a great goal that aligns with this New Year's resolution for being more present is to simply put your phone away at a specific time every single day. Maybe it could be like 6 o'clock for you, where your entire family or just you put your phone away and you don't look at it for the rest of the night. Another one for you could be going on a walk every single day with a loved one or by yourself and not have your phone with you, not have anything digital that could distract you, and just be with who you are with and whatever you're doing. Another goal could be doing a social media detox for 30 days. And then one that I'm bringing into this year again too is to start cooking your meals at home and being with your food, not like watching TV while you're cooking. Then after you cook your meal, make sure to eat slower, to enjoy the meal that you're eating, to have more conversations. Make this the last year that you say you're going to start that hobby or that business. This could be starting a YouTube channel, starting a class, or your side hustle that you've been interested in starting and has been on your New Year's resolution list every single year. Be intentional about actually making this the year that you go for it. Give your hobbies or your dreams or your side hustles or your business ideas a shot. Instead of just talking about them, give them a shot. And then the last New Year's resolution idea that I have for you guys for intentional living is to start setting boundaries and saying no to things that weigh you down or that you don't enjoy doing. So a goal for this will be I will start to say no to things that people are trying to make me feel obligated to do, but isn't really an obligation. Then I free up my time and I can start exploring other things and doing other things that I really love to do, and just work on practicing on saying no for certain things. Obviously, if you have to do something, don't say no. Say yes to things that you can do to explore and try new things in the world and to expand your worldview. But if it's something that you just like know you're not going to enjoy, give it a shot, see what happens. I really hope that one of these New Year's resolution ideas or goals stood out to you from this video. Let me know down below what some of your New Year's resolutions are and why they're important to you, or why this is a New Year's resolution for you, or some of your goals even. I also just want to say that you got this and you're capable of so much more than you think. Make 2021 the year of change, the year of growth, and the year of doing the darn thing. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it. I would greatly appreciate it, and be sure to subscribe if you enjoy videos around minimalism and holistic self-improvement. I cannot wait to see you guys next week. Bye!